Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Snappers Only. Welcome back to the channel. And if it's your first time, thank you so much for clicking on that video. Now, if you couldn't already tell by the thumbnail, the title, the cover photo, today we are going over a story time on how I messed up my wrist. But before and while we do that, you know we got to get some good old-fashioned snaps going. Cheers, let's hop right into it. Today we are going in on some beautiful grape GMO from my people over at Pine Tree. I'll post some pictures of it up on the screen right now. This stuff smells fantastic, it breaks down even better, and goddamn, it tastes like a actual grape lollipop. It's truly one of my favorite strains. And if you went back and you watched every one of my videos, pretty much every strain I smoke on here I say is one of my favorite strains, and it's because I'm not super picky. And overall, if it smells good, grinds up good, it makes me feel good with some nice taste, I don't really care what the flower is, honestly. Got about a gram right here, we're gonna grind it up. Grape GMO. Currently grinding that up as we speak. It's been about a week. I think I injured my wrist last week on Friday. It's currently Thursday, so about a week-ish. The wrist injury was related to snowboarding, and I can't wait to tell you about it. Such an idiot rookie mistake. I'm just getting into the sport now, and golly, is it difficult. If you snowboard, you know how hard it is. If you haven't snowboarded, take my word, it is one of the hardest things you will ever learn. Trust me. But I'm gonna head and snap down a snap of this beautiful grape GMO, and then I'll tell you guys all about it. Gonna mold myself into the heavens with some tobacco. I do not advise you doing this at home. Similar to how people who smoke cigarettes tell you not to smoke cigarettes. Cheers, without further ado, snap and story time in the back of Betsy. Much love. Immediately 1,000 degrees warmer. I originally posted about my wrist on my Instagram, and a lot of you guys hit me up requesting a story time, so here we are delivering. My last upload was a month ago, and trust me, I'm doing my best, but goddamn, life keeps kicking me in the balls, guys. I'm trying to stay consistent, trying to move through the ranks, you know what I'm saying? But overall, I'm coming back with a fresh story time for you guys, so hopefully you enjoy it. Now, I've always wanted to get into snowboarding. I've done BMX for most of my life, and snowboarding seemed just the winter alternative of BMXing. I never really got into it though, just because of how expensive it is to actually start snowboarding. The bindings, the boots, the boards, the mountain time, etc. It's all very expensive. So 15, 16-year-old me did not have enough money to get into it. As the years go by, I kind of forget about it. And all of a sudden, my friend Brian recently says to me, "You have any interest in snowboarding?" And I go, "Bro, I've always wanted to snowboard. Are you kidding me?" Now, when this man has a plan, my boy Brian, he has a motherfucking plan. The second I told him I'd be interested in snowboarding, he got the boots, the gloves, the snowboard pants, the bindings, the board, you name it, he bought the whole setup. Gung-ho, full speed ahead into snowboarding. Now, mind you, I've never been once. He's gone a handful of times with rentals that he's purchased from the ski mountain. I've never gone. So now I'm super naive and novice. I don't know anything about the sport, and he's fully convinced me to go get a setup, and he already had his. So now just picture what I would be thinking at the moment. I have to go get one as well. It's the new thing, you know what I'm saying? It's the new old thing, so it's even cooler as a layer of nostalgia in it. And if you think about it like this as well, over the years, I've become more intelligent, or at least I'd like to say so. So what did I do? I went and I bought all of my stuff used from So I head down to the shop with my buddy Brian. He had a lot of tips for me. Like I said, he's been doing a lot of research. When he puts his mind to something, he truly does. He gave me lots of tips and tricks on how to pick out a board, what I'm looking for, and my specific needs for my height and my ride quality. Long story short, we get all this stuff and we plan a trip. He says, "You want to go Friday?" I say, "Yes, sir, I do." I'm so excited to go. One of the most humbling experiences of my life, y'all. We pull up to Gunstock, which is roughly an hour and 45 minutes from my house. I smoke the whole way there, so I'm absolutely zooted. I get to the bottom of the mountain and we're putting our gear on in the parking lot. and my paranoia starts kicking in. Everyone's around us. They're all changing as well. I feel like an absolute newcomer to the point where I'm nervous. The butterflies start kicking in. Everyone starts looking like they're staring at me. You know that feeling when you're in public and you go, everyone's staring at me right now? And it was all in my head. It's all a falsehood. But I felt that way nonetheless. We gear up. We get all of our stuff on. We head towards the mountain. I am so confident right now. Couldn't be more confident. We get there, I look at the bunny hill, which doesn't even look like a hill. It's seemingly nothingness. I go, bunny hill, yeah, right. We push it straight to a green, which if you're unfamiliar, a green is the first beginner slope after a bunny hill. So it is very easy. So they say. They also don't tell you that you have to get on the chairlift. And in order to get on the chairlift, you need to be knowledgeable on snowboarding, because you have to have one foot on the board while you're sitting. And once you get to the top and get off of the ski lift, the one that I experienced was a 2 or 3 foot vertical drop, not vertical, but like picture a quarter pipe. So I get off the ski lift at the top and I have no idea how to even mount my board, let alone ride it down this little hill. Pause. So I fall. I fall so bad. That's not even the wrist story. I fall off the lift where I land on my knee and look like a complete idiot on the mountain, which is so degrading. You just feel so dumb. And the people on the chairlift that are guiding the chairs up don't even stop it. They just kind of look at you and go, oh, he's a beginner. So if anything, I should have taken that as a general idea of how the day was going to go, correct? Nope. I keep on pushing like a straight up moron. So I finally stand up, I figure out how to get on my board, and we start pushing towards one of the smaller green hill slopes. I would say it's probably about a 5-degree pitch. It's still terrifying once you actually get up there, because you don't understand before you're on the mountain just how quick your board will go. So there's really no time to learn on a green hill. I should have stuck on the bunny hill. So lo and behold, I spend 15 minutes falling down the green hill. Not snowboarding, falling. So discouraging. I'd fall, I'd get up, I'd fall, I'd get up, I'd fall, I'd get up. Finally, I go, Brian, I need to go back to the bunny hill. He's a super compassionate person, so he says, of course, man, I'll go with you for a little bit. I'll help you learn. So we go to the bunny hill. I chill there for a little bit. I get comfortable. We go back to the green hill. This is a much better experience on the green hill. I'm actually connecting turns to a degree, not full turns, but I'm able to traverse down the mountain, let's just say. I do it once, all fine and well. I do it twice, getting a little bit better, a little bit more confident. We go out to the car to take a mole break, i.e. what we're about to do right now. Now, I think this might be where things went a little bit wrong. We went back to the car. We were kind of hyping ourselves up a little bit. Brian was saying, you're getting really good. You know, you're figuring it out, da-da-da. So now my confidence is being built. My ego's being rebuilt. I completely forget about the mountain because we're in the car just session and session and session. So by the time we finally go back to the mountain, when I step out of the car, you know when you jump on a trampoline as a kid and you get off and it almost feels like your legs kind of have some weird spring to them? That's how it felt when I got out of the car. So I get out of the car and immediately my brain goes, we're about to go shred, right? We walk back to the mountain. All right, let's do it. I relearn the lift. We get on the lift, I'm up there. We get off the lift, everything's good. We drop in down the mountain, beautiful. Connecting stuff, figuring out, da-da-da. Slowly traversing down the mountain once again. Kind of goes all right. We go back up on the lift and we do it once again. Now, before I do this, I say, you want to do one last run before we go. And if you know anything about action sports, those are the famous last words. You never want to pronounce your last run. If you ever get to a point where you say last run, you just boogie on home. I learned my lesson the hard way. So I said, all right, let's do one more run, then we can kick it, we can go home, we can smoke on the way home. Perfect. Grab some food. Everything sounds great. I'm doing very well at this point. By no means a good snowboarder, but I'm doing well in terms of my progression. We're going down, and I don't fall, and I'm, learning my balance, and I'm stopping slowly, and I'm, figuring out how to actually, link my lines together. All of a sudden, for whatever reason, I get a little bit too confident, and I start going maybe I don't know, 20 miles an hour. And I'm going straight, but I'm going kind of diagonal down the mountain. I don't even remember how I fell. So all I can really tell you is I was going down the mountain semi-diagonally. There's a thing in snowboarding called catching an edge, where the edge of your snowboard will clip into the snow and it will send you over either frontwards or backwards depending on how you're facing. So I'm cruising and all of a sudden I'm in the air. I'm going down and then I'm in the fucking air. And it's one of those things where you don't realize you're in the air until you're on the ground. You're like, oh, I'm in the poof. So I don't even think about doing anything with my hands besides catching myself. I don't think about the fact that I'm landing on impactful snow and ice. I'm going 15, 20 miles an hour. I can't even move this hand really. I can move my fingers and stuff, but I can't move my wrist back and forth. And my buddy wants to go again tomorrow, and I just might. When I landed, I almost hit the ground like this. So imagine hitting the ground with all of your force going 15 miles an hour this way. And I flipped over, and I remember just coming to a complete stop, just like ragdoll on the side of the mountain, just leaning over like this, kind of just clutching my hand. Brian sees this all happen. He pulls up right next to me and he's trying to talk to me, but I can barely even think at this point. And then I think, oh, I need to move out of the way of everyone else. I no joke have to crawl to the side like it's the beaches of Normandy and I can't even use my feet for whatever reason. I've just got folded down the mountain. And it was so discouraging. I was sitting there thinking to myself, I bought all of this equipment, $400, I'm never coming back. This is such a pain in the ass. I can't believe I almost broke my wrist. Is it broken? I at the moment I couldn't even tell if it was broken, fractured, sprained. And the pain and swelling has only gone down, so I know it's not broken or fractured. It was just a very bad bruise or a sprain. I limp down the mountain, you know, kind of hurt, struggling. I get down. Brian goes, you want to go to the car or you want to, you know, what's the plan? And I'm not the type of guy that's going to ruin his trip. So I say, no, go do what you want. Meet me at the car in a little bit. And he said, all right, sounds good. So he goes and does another hill. I don't even go to the car because I don't want to have to be responsible for opening the doors, etc. So I literally sit on the side of the hill, just keeping my hand wrapped in a giant ice cast, if you will. I would just take snow and put it on my wrist. Yeah, long story short, that's what happened to my wrist. A lot of people are speculating on what happened. Long story short, I fucked my shit up. There's no better way to say it. But yeah, I mean, I guess the only message I leave to you is never give up. If you want to actually achieve something, go out and do it. I am going back to the mountain. I'm not going to let one small injury hurt me enough to never return. I'm going to keep doing it, pursuing it, and I'm finally going to figure it out one day. Might not be this year, might not be next year, but I know in my brain, if I don't give up, I'm going to get it one day. So I just leave you guys with that. I hope you guys are well. Thank you for clicking on the video. If you guys want to see more, hit the subscribe button, drop a thumbs. If you got a spare 0.1 seconds, drop the thumbs. I would greatly appreciate it. And let me know what you guys like to see in the future, because I'm willing to do pretty much anything you guys ask, besides an OnlyFans, if you know what I'm saying. All right, bye-bye.
Scoop me duck, got one of my rooms all flooded with gold. I done bought 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 carat in stones. Cash on the California cash, can't wait to go dress my home. Smash all you itty bitty rapper in a minute, I've been trying to prolong.